This is the plaintiff, Judith Bustamante. She says she bought a car from the lying defendant, who told her the car was from New Hampshire and therefore had no title. Of course that isn't true. The guy turned the odometer back by 100,000 miles, was arrested, and now she can't get her hard-earned money back. Bottom line, she has no car and no money, and that's a no-no. So she's suing for $4,523, the amount she's owed. This is the defendant, John Galasso. He says the plaintiff stalked him because she wanted to buy the car so badly. Then, after she had it for a month, she called and told him she changed her mind and wanted her money back. Huh? He has no idea what she did to the thing in the month she had it. The sale was as is, and that is that. He's accused of not being an honest businessman.
Okay, Judith Bustamante. You are suing John Galasso for $4,523 that you say he owes you for breaching a contract on the sale of a car. All right, what's going on?
Hi, I bought the car. I found it on Craigslist.
And what kind of car was this?
It was a 1993 Jeep Cherokee.
Okay.
I took the car for a test drive. It seemed okay. Looked at it the best that I could, and paid him cash for the car. At that time, I asked him for the title, and he gave me this piece of paper from New Hampshire that said they don't title cars 1993 or older, old of a model in New Hampshire. You just bring this piece of paper to DMV, and he's done it before. He has no
Is this
problem.
before or after you hand him the $1,750?
Pretty much during.
Okay, this doesn't strike you as a potential problem?
Yeah, my spidey senses went up a little bit, but he told me that it was his wife's car. She drove it New Hampshire. Not a problem, not a problem. That was a Saturday. First thing Monday, took off for work, went right to DMV. They told me that I needed a title. I said, no, this is fine, And now every time I'm getting...
My good friend John Galasso, who I've known forever,
Yeah.
tells me I don't need a title.
Right.
Right.
So no go with that. And I get out of DMV, call him right away. He tells me, they don't know what they're talking about, go to another DMV. So in the meantime,
Does he tell you to go to the DMV in his neighborhood?
He did. He told me at first to go to another one,
Okay.
a different one, which I did. As things are going
Wait,
on,
how many
I'm
DMVs
calling
did
this
you go
guy.
to and get the answer no from?
4.
4 different DMVs?
The third DMV finally that I went to, I spoke to supervisors who took my information and told me that they were going to have the DMV police or whatever contact me, auto crime, because they told me now on the third time that I was there, he just bought the car, or whoever the person I bought it from someone about not even a month before I bought it from him.
Okay.
And it was
how
a
did
New York
wait.
State
How
title.
did the police get involved? DMV calls them?
DMV looked it up because I said, it doesn't, he's
Yeah,
telling
you
me
told them
there
the
is no
story.
title.
So now the police are involved, but what happens? You meet him at one of the DMVs.
Yeah,
Was it like the police were already in on it at that point?
they were.
Okay. So they are waiting for him to show up.
Both of us.
For both of you to show up. But he doesn't know, of course, that the police are going to be there waiting for him.
No, they told me not to tell him.
Of course.
They
All right, so then
contacted-
he goes to meet you there, and the police are there. And the police approach him, or you approach him? How does this work out?
I meet him. He's like all sketchy and whatever, acting like himself. And,
What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
He's just like really like sweaty and like walking around and like checking his phone and not staying in one place. And he keeps telling me we have to go to the lady at window 3. So then they called us at window 2. And he's like, no, we have to go to 3. I'm like, you can't pick the window that you go to. What does it matter, So we go up to window 2, and he's like trying to get the woman, I guess, that he knew, was
Right.
friends with, at that window. And that's when the police came from behind. And they said, they asked us who we were, and they said, can you step behind here and come into this room with us? We went in there, and they started questioning him.
Now, he ended up getting arrested.
He did.
For car theft.
December 14th.
For car theft, or for theft. I should not say car theft. For theft. The theft being the money that he took from you. But what ends up happening in that case?
I tried to follow up on it, and he calls me and tells me that It went from they had all this stuff. He turned back the
Wait,
mileage.
who's he?
The prosecutor.
Okay.
It went from the mileage thing and all these other things, tampering.
What's the mileage thing?
When the police finally came to impound the car, they said, do you know that the inspection mileage is actually less than the bill of sale mileage?
Less or more?
The inspection mileage was more
Was
than
more, 'cause
when
you'd
I
expect
bought
it to be less.
Right, yeah, it was,
Okay.
thank you. It was actually more. So then they said that didn't add up. Now, in
Which
the
means that
meantime-
somebody tampered with the mileage,
Right.
right?
When they came to look at the car, the mileage was like 200 and
What did
something
the prosecutor
thousand.
do with the case?
He said that they had to, for some reason, he told me
What
that
happened
the
with the
case
case?
was off.
Just answer. What happened with the case? Did they drop it?
He got arrested, and he
Oh my
ratted
gosh,
out
just
other
give me the
people.
answer. What did the
I don't
detective
want
tell
to
you?
say it, but they told me that he rolled over or ratted on other people,
Okay,
and that's why it's
you're
closed.
avoiding saying it. All right, I got it
didn't
now.
want to say that.
All righty, Mr. Galasso, what is going on?
Your Honor, I had a Jeep to sell, so I advertised it.
Was that your wife's that she drove in New Hampshire?
She drove it a bit, yeah, and so
A
did
bit?
I. Yeah,
A bit, as in what?
we
Did
drove
you
it.
tell
It was
her
awful.
this was my car, it was our car, it was my wife's car in New Hampshire, but it was actually a car that you had bought and had never even registered in your name because you'd only bought it a little bit before?
No, not true. It was registered to me at the time she
Okay,
bought
can
it.
I see the registration in your name of that car?
I gave it to her.
Did he give you a registration in his name for that car?
No.
Okay. Can I see your copy of it? You'd have paperwork if it was registered in your name. You'd have other things that show that it was registered in your name.
Yeah, it
have
was
anything?
registered at the time that I sold it. and
No,
it
I
was
heard
sold,
you
the
flapping
bill of
gums.
sale.
Now I'm asking if you have any proof of that.
I don't have a copy of the
Okay,
registration.
so
but
you
it's
bought the
obtainable.
car how long before you put it up for sale?
About a year, within that year.
Okay, and according to you, it was registered in your name?
It was.
In what state?
New Hampshire.
Okay, and you do not have a title because?
A car that old in New Hampshire is sold with a bill of sale, which I did provide her.
Okay, and does not need to be titled?
No, in fact, they do not title cars 94 old in New Hampshire, and I gave that in as
Okay.
evidence
So you then sell the car to her
with a bill of sale.
for $1,750.
I believe the price was $1,600, Your Honor.
Do you have the bill of sale?
I do,
Okay. Why are you hemming and hawing, though?
because when I asked for the bill of sale, he said he was going to leave it blank so that when I went to get insurance, I could put whatever I want in there and I wouldn't have to pay the extra
It
money
has
on
nothing
it.
to do with insurance. It has to do with defrauding the tax man paying sales tax.
Right,
And
the sales
The
tax.
person who has to pay sales tax is you. So the person who benefits from that fraud is you. Now, what does that mean? Because you're going to show me now a bill of sale for the car for peanuts?
It doesn't have an amount on it. He left it and said fill in the blanks.
Does anyone have any proof of how much was paid for the car?
No.
And you? No?
I don't.
All right. So now she can't register the car. You meet her in Huntington, and I assume it's a surprise to you that the DMV police there's actually a DMV police?
I don't know that they were police. They worked at DMV. They were very aggressive and accusing me of things, and I felt like I was involved in her problems.
Her problem was she's just trying to register a car and get you to give her her money back. I mean, that's going to be pretty obvious
I
at the
don't know
moment.
that. I
She's
don't
going to
know
be
that.
screaming, I want my money back, I can't register this car. That's what she's going to be saying. What do you think, she's part of some big ring? Some
I don't-
drug ring? I mean, there's no evidence of what you're saying that she's having some problem with the police there. You're the guy having the problem with the police. And you're the guy who ends up getting charged. What happened with your case?
It was dismissed. You're talking about being arrested?
On account of cooperation?
No, it was
On
dismissed.
account of what?
There was they never pursued it. It was
Do you have
not
any
submitted.
proof of that?
Oh yes. Yeah.
Let me take a look at the
Of course.
somehow you've submitted into evidence a title for the car in another person's name. What is that about?
That's a previous owner. You can get a title. New York State offers remedy after remedy. If you lost your title, you want a duplicate title, you just file for one. It's about $10 or $15. She didn't need me.
Okay, no, but that's not how it works, sir. When you sell a car, the person you're selling it to, you could sell a car that's a lemon. You could say if it's a used car because it's as is. So long as you don't know you're defrauding somebody. So long as you're not defrauding the person and making a lying statement to them in order to get them to buy a car, you can sell a used car as is and step back. However, you can't sell a car that has a title problem. You can't sell a car where you jump title. You can't sell a car that she can't title. The one thing you warrant, everybody who sells a car warrants, is the other side's going to be able to title the car. And saying, I've done it a million times, all you got to do is, it's another $15 and whatever. No, that's not an answer. If you can't provide a way for her to be able to title this car, then you can't provide a way for her to be able to title the car. What I'm curious about is, why do they have it in for you? And then how is it that the case ends up being dropped when they charge you with it? And in most situations like this, the police go like, this is a civil matter, sue them small claims. They step back. They don't get involved in it. What was it about you that made them get involved? Do you have a rap sheet?
No. They told me that they weren't pursuing it because there was no case there. And the judge at the time asked about it. Like, she wasn't too happy that I would be arrested and charged with those serious charges, and then they pursued no case. But there was no case there.
No.
Why are you suing for $100 for the towing of the car? Explain that.
December 3rd, I was driving home, and the steering snapped and was not connected to the tires, and it veered. I couldn't do anything. The tires just were going one way, the steering wheel was just turning. It went up on the side of the road. I called the tow truck, and that's when I called the police. I had it towed in front of my house because I didn't know what else to do with it.
Do you have a receipt for the towing?
I do.
What the insurance? Why is it so much for insurance? Didn't you cancel it when you couldn't get the car titled?
That's
or were
been
you
another
driving it
year's
around
thing.
anyway?
This is what I'm saying. Like, he should be charged $1,700 at least in sleaze tax, really, because I have to cancel my insurance because they're saying officially this is not my car. I don't have a title showing ownership. This was never my car. I can't do anything with it. I want to cancel. They gave me the runaround because I paid them cash also. And all this time, I'm thinking my car insurance is canceled, and then I get a letter saying that they canceled my insurance, the company, because I missed the first payment. And I'm thinking it's canceled the whole time, waiting to get my money back. So now this is going through all year. I mean,
What do you mean all year? $363 is for insurance for a year?
I'm still trying to get that money back.
I understand, but that's your problem with the insurance company that you picked, that you got to prove that you canceled so that you pay a pro rata share. What is the insurance? Show me the insurance, what covers 1 month of insurance or 2 months of insurance before you solve the problem and get with the police and everything else happens. Where's the car, physically?
It was impounded.
As part of the criminal case, it was impounded by the police?
Yeah.
And what happened after the criminal case was disposed of?
I got a letter from the impound saying that I owed them $1,000 to go and get this vehicle that wasn't mine.
But the $1,000 happens when you leave it there and don't pick it up.
Well, because they told me to leave it there.
No. But then at some point when the case is dropped, they say, go pick up your case. We don't need your car. We don't need it as evidence. And you don't feel it's your car, so you shouldn't have to pick it up. So you decide, I'm not going to pick it up, and that's where the $1,000 comes in. And so a small problem turned into an enormous problem.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. The question, even if she bought this as is, if he committed fraud, does she get her money back?
Yes.
Why?
Because he lied.
Okay, but as is means buyer beware.
I mean, it was as is. So you got to take it as you leave it.
Is that the case?
Yeah, I think so.
So tough luck.
Tough luck.
As is.
He advertised it as is, and she bought it that way, so she really has no case.
Got your point. Going inside the courtroom.
Can I ask you a question? How is she supposed to register this car?
According to the state of New Hampshire, she needs a bill of sale, which I gave her.
Okay, that's to register it in New Hampshire.
No.
How is she going to register the car in New York, which is what she wants and where you sold it? How is she going to do it?
State of New Hampshire, where I'm a resident.
Well, that's fabulous that you're a resident in the state of New Hampshire. And that may be why you only deal in New Hampshire cars that are older than 94. I don't know what you're up to. But the bottom line is, how is she going to register in New York? We all know she can't because she couldn't. She tried it 5 times. And what about the fact that the inspection sticker says an amount of mileage that's higher than what you sell it to her at?
I don't know anything about that.
Really?
Really?
Somebody was spinning the wheels on the odometer, my friend.
I don't know anything about
Somebody was doing it, and you had it for a year. So you're the likely culprit, right? You had it for a year.
No,
Show me the paperwork from where you bought that car.
I didn't buy the car.
But you said you had it for a year.
I did have it for a year.
How'd you come into possession of it?
Somebody owed me money and gave me that car. And it was his to give to me.
Who owed you money?
A tenant that I have in New Hampshire.
In New Hampshire. Then why is it registered under a New York name?
Maybe previously it was. It wasn't to me.
Oh, so 2 people jumped title.
No, I didn't say that. I registered in New Hampshire. I'm able to do that.
Here's what's going to happen. We got a couple of problems here. You have the misfortune, all right, of not being able to prove to me how much you paid for the car. He admits that at a minimum you paid $1,600. I'm going to order him to pay back the $1,600. I'm going to award you $171.58 in insurance. I am going to award you the tow I'm not going to award you 4 days of missed work. The car is your car. You can figure out what the heck you're going to do with it. You can get it out of impound. And I'm ordering the defendant to pay the plaintiff the sum of $1,871.58.
Okay. All right, so let's see what the defendant has to say now. You just got yourself a car.
Yeah, it sounded like a case of, she wants it, she wants it, she wants it, she gets it, she don't want it.
But there were so many shady details about the title, absence of title, whose is it, the odometer, a lot of shady stuff with this car.
It was all just a story, though, and that was her story. I didn't believe any of that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what are you going to do with the car now?
Probably donate it.
All right. Okay, right down around the corner there, documents waiting for you there. All right, so come on in here. The judge helps you out. Well, you weren't too smart the way you went through this deal, were you?
I guess not. No.
No?
Nope.
What do you think about the day you met Mr. Galasso?
I think he was a sweaty, shady character, but I needed a car, so.
Harvey?
And the bottom line here, you can also undo a deal if there's proof of fraud. Fraud means a material misrepresentation of a material fact. Not a small thing, a big thing. And even if it's as is, you can undo it. And that will do it for this case. Litigants, for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.